Hey, today we've got news about Sony facing a lawsuit over allegedly inflated prices. Yes, we'll dive into that. We'll also cover the QA lead's response on Performance and discuss much more. If you find this video helpful at any point or informative, consider hitting the like button, subscribing, and turning on notifications. Alrighty, Helldivers, we have to start off the video by discussing a new lawsuit that Sony is facing over artificially high prices. Now, there's a group called Dutch Consumer that has filed a class action lawsuit against Sony. This was reported by Insider Gaming and Tweakers.net. Yeah, so let's dive more into this. If you head over to the link that Tweakers.net has provided, you can see that we're on a site here that I'm probably going to mispronounce. It's called Mashashade Consummate or Consummate, not too sure how you say it, but it is a Dutch site that are taking on Sony in this lawsuit. You can see on the front page it says, you pay too much for PlayStation games. Do you have a PlayStation? Then you pay unjustly Sony tax on all. Your digital games participate in our promotion for fair game prices and compensation. If you live in Netherlands and are a resident there, you can register on this site to join the class action lawsuit. Let's scroll down until we find a tab called Why is Sony Doing Wrong? Once you have found it, click on that. An explanation will pop up, and here's what they wrote. The gaming industry is bigger than the film, TV, and music industry combined. Sony, as the manufacturer of the best-selling console in the world, is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, players on this market. And with so much power comes responsibility. In the EU, it is illegal for large companies to abuse their position to make more profit at the expense of consumers. However, Sony does not fully comply with these rules. If you buy a digital game or in-game content, Sony will only allow it to do so through its own PlayStation Store. Sony keeps the market for itself in this way and can keep prices artificially high. This way you pay more without getting any extra in return. This is called the Sony tax. Here's the gist. When you buy a digital game or in-game content like a new skin or DLC, you can only get it through Sony's PlayStation Store, no other options. Mashashade and Consummate, however you say it, argues this locks the market down, letting Sony keep prices artificially high. They're calling it the Sony tax. You pay more than you should and you don't get anything extra for it. In the EU, it's illegal for big companies to abuse their dominance like this to rake in extra profit at your expense. The claim is Sony's breaking those rules, and it's been going on for years, possibly since 2016. Think about it. If you've bought anything digital on your PlayStation games, add-ons, or whatever, you might have paid more than you needed to. We're talking millions of gamers potentially affected. If these lawsuits win, Sony could owe billions in compensation. In the UK alone, a similar case is valued up to £6.3 billion. That's real money that could come back to gamers. But it's also a wake-up call about how much control these big companies have over what players pay in Europe. Anyways, the Dutch group continued on and had this to say why Sony can't set their own prices. The group went on to say, the problem is not that Sony sets its own prices, but that it abuses its power to sideline competitors. Because you can only buy digital games through the PlayStation Store, Sony can keep prices artificially high. Competition usually ensures that prices remain fair. For example, if multiple stores sell the same game, they have to compete on price to attract customers. This means you pay less, but because Sony doesn't allow other stores, it can charge much higher prices, and that costs you, as a gamer, unnecessarily extra money. Honestly, it's a big claim. Sony basically rigging the game so they can charge whatever they want. I get their point. If gamers in Europe could buy Spider-Man or some sort of DLC somewhere else cheaper, they'd totally do it. Competition does drive prices down. Just look at Steam sales or even physical game discounts here in the States. But I wonder if Sony's gonna argue they're just running a tight ship, not breaking laws. Still, if this lawsuit got legs, it could shake things up for a lot of you out there in Europe who have dropped cash on the PlayStation Store. Now, this isn't Sony's first legal rodeo. Back in November 2023, a UK court let a massive lawsuit roll forward. It's still active today, and it could mean Sony coughing up as much as £6.3 billion to UK gamers over PlayStation Store prices. And now with this Dutch lawsuit piling on, things are looking ugly for Sony. Two fronts, same vibe, gamers getting hosed. This whole mess is bonkers, and I'm no lawyer, but at first glance, it's not pretty. It could tank Sony hard. Facing heat from two sides like this, they're stuck in a brutal spot. And get this, the UK case leader, class representative Alex Neil, if I'm pronouncing that right, had this to say. This is the first step in ensuring consumers get back what they're owed as a result of Sony breaking the law. PlayStation gamers' loyalty has been taken advantage of by Sony, who have been charging them excessive prices for years. It is significant that the competition court has recognized Sony must explain its actions by ordering them to trial. With this action, we are seeking to put a stop to this unlawful conduct and ensure customers are compensated. Anyway, this whole mess is nuts. I mean, could it even hit games like Helldivers 2 since Sony's the publisher pushing it on the PlayStation Store? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not in the UK or Netherlands, and I'm no lawyer, just a guy reporting and vibing with you all. If you're in the UK or Netherlands, what's your take? Hit the comments below, and I just want to hear it, what you have to say about it. And if you're outside Europe, like me in the United States, drop your thoughts anyways. What's your read on this madness? Want to stay in the loop also? Well, just smash the subscribe button down below, and I'll keep digging up information for you guys and let you know more in a different video. Continuing on with today's video, we have a response from the QA lead about Performance. Apparently it's a constant battle that they're trying to figure out. In this post here, the QA lead wrote this on the Helldivers Discord and said, "Performance is something we constantly monitor and try to be proactive about. It's a constant fight, however. If you've recently experienced performance hiccups just recently, rest assured that the team is actively working to fix them. The issue might be tied to the Stingray engine. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who knows? But they're doing their utmost to address it and restore smooth gameplay. I'm optimistic they'll succeed. They've tackled similar challenges before, and the developers have expertise to do it again. So I have a good feeling that they'll figure it out." Now, the QA lead also gave his thoughts about the Ultimatum and wrote this on the Discord. "I think it was a 50-50 split exactly of the ult being totally OP or totally useless." Then a Helldiver wrote, "It's still completely OP," with a cross out. And in response, the QA lead responded with this. "This is my personal opinion. It has not come to dominate loadouts or trivialize the game entirely. It is maybe a bit too useful, but I think for now it's fine for it to be as it is until an elegant solution can be found. There's plenty of other weapons that could do with some love first, I'd say." Sure, that's his opinion, and that's great and all, but I just hope that doesn't really decide what's going to happen with the Ultimatum overall. Maybe they'll end up nerfing it more. I hope not. But when he brought up how there could be a more better or elegant solution, I hope that's not part of the plan, because the Ultimatum is fun to use. It's definitely useful for a good reason, but if they decide to nerf the damage, that will probably upset a few fans, including myself, because why would you do that, right? Now, that's not to say that they're gonna do that. However, it does look like they're trying to figure out some solutions and stuff with the Ultimatum. I would like to know, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think the Ultimatum needs a nerf? Do you think it's completely OP? What are your thoughts about it? Let me know in the comments below. On to the next topic. A Helldiver recently discovered an enormous skeleton on the planet 4 Prime, and it's absolutely massive. In this Reddit post, you can see just how huge this beast is. I'm not sure if it's a larger Hive Lord or something entirely different. Now, I know what you're thinking. How does an insect have a skeleton? Well, we've seen a Hive Lord skeleton scattered around the map, so perhaps this is a bigger version of one. Now, sure, insects only have an exoskeleton. There are animals out there, for example, like turtles, that possess both an endoskeleton, internal bones, basically, and an exoskeleton. So maybe this isn't an insect at all, but something else. I wonder if we'll ever see a creature that massive roaming the map and get the chance to face off against it. That would be truly epic and incredible to witness. Now, I'd like to take a moment to point out that if you've noticed, my cape says Glitch Unlimited. I decided to mod my cape to display my username because I thought it would be cool. So, if you're wondering, no, this isn't something you can purchase in-game, nor is it part of the game itself. I just modified it and added it myself. I have a feeling there will be comments asking about it, so I figured I'd clarify what's going on, and yeah, that's what's going on. Speaking of mods, we're going to check out 3 amazing mods that change the Super Destroyer's color, changes the Orbital laser color, as well as the Sickle color too. Let's get into it right now. The first mod is Super Destroyer RGB lighting all in one. There's blue, green, yellow, there's a bunch of colors you can choose from, but I'm going to showcase the RGB. This is from Cobra Fang. Check it out right here. The second mod is Orbital Laser Colors from Rating for Pants. Interesting name. You modified a lot of things here with the Orbital Laser. It's the same thing here. You have options between red, blue, yellow, just a bunch of colors, and let's showcase it here. Last but not least, we have Sickle Beam Color Mod, and this right here is from Dim Headshots. And this is an amazing one too. You can also change the colors on this as well. So a lot of different options when it comes down to changing colors for your Orbital Laser, Sickle Beam, Super Destroyer, and all that. All the links, by the way, will be found below, so if you want to download the mods, definitely do so. Okay, yesterday I asked, what's one thing you'd like Arrowhead to add to Helldivers 2? And in response, one of you mentioned to swap the armor perks or passives. Another Helldiver suggested that they should add the Shredder Missile stratagem from HD1, and that would be incredible. Another Helldiver suggested that we can receive remote detonatables like Claymores, C4s, stuff like that. I would definitely like to see that. And yeah, there's a bunch of more, but yeah, if you guys would like to be featured, comment down below in the next question that I ask, and we'll see if you're in the comments next time. Last but not least, we have the top 3 comments. If you guys would like to be featured in the video, all you have to do is comment down below, and that's it. The first top comment is from South. 4E Prime is absolutely insane right now. Even on level 8, we had so many Biotines, Impalers, and so many Stalkers. It was an anxiety roller coaster, and I'm loving it. Me too, buddy. And I haven't went to level 8, but I'm going to take your word for it, because level 10 is absolutely nuts too. The second top comment is from Noob Master Pro. I actually think this was the best sub-faction and enemy introduction in the entire game. Despite the bugs, it's fantastic in my eyes. My only complaint is that Mega Nests haven't really changed in urban environments. Other than that, love it. The third and final comment is by L Sparky. Why don't we just take Moradesh and push it somewhere else? Helldiver Patrick Star. I love the SpongeBob reference. Absolutely awesome. I even commented that right below, so kudos to you. Those are the top 3 comments. If you guys would like to join the Discord, do it now. It's down below in the description. I appreciate all the support as always, guys. Whether you're a subscriber, you comment, even if you're not subscribed, I appreciate you coming by, stopping by to check out the video. I also appreciate all my supporters, all the membership supporters. It helps out a lot, and I'm able to just continue doing this. So thank you so much. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.